everyone, and welcome to the tutorial video on how to use ChatGPT as a computer science teacher. Now today we're going to be teaching you how to use ChatGPT and all the excellent things that it can do and all the wonderful things that it can help you and assist you with. Now right off the bat, what is ChatGPT? Now ChatGPT is artificial intelligence that is very great at creating and helping you with many different issues, whether it be writing, whether it be creating code or anything like that. You can ask it to write a story and it will write a story, and you can ask it to write code and it will write code for you. I'll be showing you some examples later. Now right off the bat, before we begin, I do have to let you know that you do have to create your very own account. So please set that up before you begin. I'll give you a little moment here now so you can go do that. Alrighty, and now that you're back, we're going to be doing the tutorial now. So ChatGPT, just think of it as a human brain with a lot more robotic parts and a maze inside of it that is constantly trying to search and do different things. That is what the example that I would choose for ChatGPT. So as you can see, it is a very simple design here, and we have different things here that tell us just what we can do, but that's not the limit that we have. So right off the bat, I'm just going to show you what we can do around on this board here. So if you can look over here in the top corner, you can see that it says new chat. Just by clicking that, it just refreshes the chat and allows you to start a new chat. Right below it, it shows you all of the chats that you can and will be able to work with. As here are some of my examples that I have of just some here. So we're just going to start with a new chat and just have it here. And also right down here, you have some 3 dots that just have some settings that you can do to just clear all chats and just lets you delete all the chats that you have here. So what we can do right away is that we'll just give an example of what some code is. So what can ChatGPT do to help you with? Well, like I said earlier, it can help you to write code. So I'm just going to ask it to write a simple Java program. And this simple Java program will be able to instruct you and show you how a for loop works. So I'm just going to ask it that. Alrighty, so I decided to ask ChatGPT, please show me how a for loop works with a simple example. And don't forget to always ask it to be in Java or any program that you're working with, because it won't be very specific. You need to be as specific as you can be with ChatGPT, because remember, it's still a computer, so it'll do what it thinks it's best, which is Python, the most used coding software there is. So we just press this little button right here, which says send, and it sends it right and tells you just a little blurb of what it is, and then it gives some instructions, and then it gives you a for loop. It shows you a for loop that can go less than or equal to 5 times, and it runs it 5 times. And it even tells you what it does, and then it shows you what it iterates. So what's also useful about ChatGPT is that it'll actually show you what you have wrong. So here, let me just copy this code here and paste it right down here. And you can ask it if you have anything wrong. So I'm actually going to delete all this jarble here that we don't really need. I'm going to remove this void right here. Something very important when it comes to writing code in Java. So I'm going to ask it why my code isn't running, and it'll tell me why. The code you provided is almost correct, but it has a small syntax error. In the main method, you forgot to include the return type, which should be void. So as you can see, it added the code there, and then it just did the example again. Now obviously you don't have to just send the code like this. You can ask at the bottom, hey, what's wrong with my code, or anything like that. Now this is very helpful when it comes to wanting to grade students, where you can post this inside ChatGPT and it'll tell you what exactly you have wrong with the code, and then you can deduct points by how well they grade for you. And you can also give it a prompt, as in you can send this code and then ask it, does this code run 7 times? So we can actually do that right now. So let's copy this, and then let's ask it if it does that. So we can ask ChatGPT, does this code run 7 times? And then send it away, and it tells us no, it does not, that it runs 5 times. So now that we know it runs 5 times, you'll be able to deduct as many points as you need to for that student's assignment. Another thing that ChatGPT isn't that well with is that you can ask it a question, such as make a code, and it will write that code, but it might remove some things from it. So let me quickly show you an example. Alrighty, so I asked ChatGPT to please simulate an ice cream menu from 3 different stores. I wanted it so that someone is asked which store of 3 different stores and which flavor of 10 different flavors. Thanks. And I also forgot to put in Java. Always remember to do that. So then I sent it over, and then they make it for me. And then they have the entire code right here. So it is called ice cream menu, and then it goes through. It gives the scanner, gives the stores, it gives the flavors. And it even gives you some examples of what it actually is supposed to be doing. So right here, it displays the store options, and it just shows the store options. Then right here, it gets the scanner's integer that they want, so 1, 2, or 3, and the stores.length, which is in the array. But it gives it in an array. Well, my students don't know what an array is yet. So what you'll be able to do is come down here and be able to write it. We have to ask ChatGPT to do something different. So I told ChatGPT that I do not know what those brackets is. Can you please use breaks and cases for me instead? And I send it away. And then it makes it all for me exactly how I want it. It does hiccup sometimes because remember, it is artificial intelligence. But yeah, it creates it all for you. And then you can even ask it, what does it print? As another way to be able to tell what the student is trying to do. And when you ask it, it shows exactly what it prints. And then you will have exactly what you want. So why is this helpful? Well, like I said, it can be very useful when it comes to grading student assignments. You can use this to grade a student assignment and see what exactly they got wrong. You can also use it to see how they printed things and see if what they actually printed is what you actually wanted. This is very helpful when they do not have an error in their code, but it is not the correct code that you wanted. What you can also do is that you can also make assignments where you can ask ChatGPT to create code for you that is missing some aspects about it, and then also for the students to fill that in. That is why ChatGPT is very helpful. And if you have some code, let's say for this as an example, and you want to send it to some students, you can either do one of 2 things. You can press this button right here, which copies the code, and then paste it into wherever you need, or you can come up here and press share chat. When you press this, it allows you to share the entire chat that you just had with ChatGPT to anybody you need to. And you just copy this link, and you'll be able to send it to whoever you want. And you have the link right here to be able to be pasted. So yeah, that was a quick little tutorial on how to use ChatGPT, and there's nothing else to be said. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a better understanding of how to use artificial intelligence and how to work with it as well. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.